All right, guys, today I'm bringing you along for an adventure that I can't even quite describe right off the bat. This is what I'm hiking through to get to the spot. I'd say it's one of the most unique fisheries that I could ever be showcasing on this channel. I mean, you're gonna think it looks like more of a swamp, but that's the creek. Just about as flat as you could imagine. Zero current moving through, but trout living here. And they're sustained by the springs on the outer parts of the creek that pump in cold water year round. I honestly can't believe how cold this stream is for the time of the year. You can see the vegetation. It's just epic. It's epic. And the fish will sit in these pockets like you see right here. Honestly, probably some fish right where I am. So what I'm walking through right now is still really shallow water. I'll show you my setup though before we get into the video. Little 2-inch swim bait on a trout stick. And my goal for throwing a bigger lure like this is to weed out the bigger trout. Most of the big fish in here are feeding on pretty sizable bait fish. And that goes for most trout fishing that you're doing. So if you're throwing a bigger presentation, you're probably gonna get bites from the bigger fish. So I've been hiking up the creek for probably a half mile now, and the creek just started to transition into some faster moving water. And it's all relative, because back there is just like super, super wide. You saw kind of what we were dealing with. Up here, it's starting to look a little more trouty. I think we're gonna start finding some fish. The current's more condensed and it's also deeper. There should be some fish up here, and I could have sworn I just saw one rise. So I'm throwing a 2-inch swim bait. Got him, first fish of the day, on the line, let's go. Are you kidding me? First cast. That's a native brookie. Running me into the weeds. I'm throwing a barbless hook just to make sure these fish get back in the water as soon as possible. Look at that. That's a gorgeous, confettied up native brookie on the swim bait. All right, that is definitely one way to start us off. Right back on his way, off like a bullet. Oh, that felt so good to land that fish. This is literally the first spot in the creek that started to look good. And what do you know? Instant bite. Like not even had just, oh, I got him, fish on. Another one, another one. What is this? It's gonna be mostly brookies in here. I know that there are browns and I believe rainbows. This is a smaller one. Not quite 2 for 2. I took a cast in between, but quick release on them. Now, you wouldn't quite expect brookies to hit a swim bait like this, but I just know the fish in this stream to feed on the biggest bait fish available to them. And the biggest bait fish is probably around this size. So if an opportunistic fish sees this thing swimming down the creek, gonna strike it, almost guaranteed. But I'm looking for a true monster out of this trip. Like, I kind of want to catch the king of the creek. So as I work up the stream, we're gonna be kind of getting into some different fishing territory. It even kind of changes right up here. The creek goes in 2 different directions and there are 2 branches to it. So I'm probably just gonna stick to right here. Whew, all right, so the fishing's only getting started. I gotta say, those 2 bites came way quicker than expected. And that was kind of the moment of the trip where I was holding my breath, being like, all right, like, what's gonna happen? Are there gonna be fish in here? Are they gonna bite? Are they gonna want a 2-inch swim bait? I'm shocked, but also at the same time, just this fishery never ceases to amaze me. And drop a comment right now. Would you be surprised if you found native brook trout in water like this? Like, I personally have never seen it before. Usually more mountain streams with a lot of current. Like, this is just the most unique place. Got him. What? Wait, that was absolutely huge. That was like a 13-inch fish. Got him, fish on. What is that? That's a brown trout. That's a big brown. Oh my God. On the swim bait. Actually, wait, that's a stalker. Still, brown trout on the swim bait. I thought that was like, my arms, I literally can't, my left arm is numb. I thought that was like the state record native brookie. That fish came out of nowhere too. Get him back there. Nice. Oh, got him, fish on. Oh, the next cast. That was a brookie. That was a brookie. This is a dream, isn't it? I'm dreaming. That checks a brown trout off the list. I don't know how that fish even got up here. I don't think they stocked this part of the creek. Oh man, as I keep going upstream, the stream just keeps looking better and better. You got the vegetation, which is amazing cover for the fish, and it's really skinny water with a lot of current pumping through. It's just about knee deep the entire way in the water somewhere. If this isn't where one of the biggest brookies in the stream is, I don't know where it's gonna be. I mean, this is just about the skinniest, most oxygenated water. It'll take an aggressive fish to hit this lure. So I'm not gonna be shocked if sometimes I don't get bites in these certain areas. So the technique I'm using right now, I mean, this small stream is beyond untouched. Like, you can kind of see where I'm at. I'm in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Nobody's even come back here to fish. So I'm just ripping the swim bait straight over all the vegetation. And for the most part, a really aggressive fish is just gonna come out and see the thing and smoke it right away. So the fish in this part of the creek should be really tucked up right against the bank. There we go, got him. Oh, that's a really colored up brookie, it looks like. Or no, is that a brookie? It is. I thought it was like one of those creek chub that get really red. It's a gorgeous one. Look at the colors on that fish. If you're looking for some better vision as you're working up the creek so you can pick off fish that you might have not seen otherwise, these things are absolutely great. The Waterland Sobro shades, you can see that's with them on, that's without them on. So much more glare right around here. Like definitely no comparison in my mind. Best polarized shades I've ever had. If you want to get yourself a pair, go to waterland.com, pick your shades, enter my promo code Skye Life. I'll put it right here. And yeah, then you'll be rocking the same shades that I do, seeing the same fish, and maybe catching more than me. I would not be surprised. Whenever you're fishing, keep on working upstream. Don't get discouraged if you miss out on one fish from one pool, because you got the next pool upstream that might just have an even bigger fish or something else to be found. So it took a second to come back up to some water that looks pretty fishy. I was walking through some pretty slow moving, shallow, not that deep. And I'm gonna take a cast from all the way back here because there's a pocket right up here. I think I saw a fish rise in it. Got him. Oh, wait, my drag is so loose. These fish are hitting it literally every cast. Got him, fish on. Fish on. What is that? Is that a bass? It is. It is. Largemouth bass. Species number 3. Oh, so this is more of what I would expect for this water. There had to be a bass in here. I saw one earlier and finally got one hooked into. So check the bass off the list because, you know, if I was only catching trout out of here, I would just be like, no. I'm coming up on the last fishing hole of the day. It's probably one of the most insane looking spots too. I don't know if you can quite see, but it's really deep water, and I'm gonna take some of my last casts, try to pull in a true monster, and then I gotta head out of here. But what a fun time exploring. It's always just great to get out here, just take some steps in the water, explore somewhere epic, catch some fish maybe. And I think I see, oh, you see those fish rising up there? There's some trout that are rising up. First, I'm gonna take a cast in the back of the pool. Ready for this? Instant, got him, fish on, there we go. First cast. Nice native brookie, I think. Or, oh, it's a brown trout. It's a wild brown, actually. First wild brown of the day. That's pretty freaking cool. See, that kind of makes sense. A wild brown taking a swim bait. All these brookies have just been icy on the cake. Now, what else is in this pool? This pool is really deep, and look at this tangle. How did that even happen? Sometimes the tangles happen, and you just kind of say, all right, that was just like nature taking its course, putting things out of whack. Let's see what else is in here. Ready for this? Oh, bite. Oh my God, that's a big fish. There's a big fish that was keying onto it right there. That was sick. Okay, ready for this? Got him, fish on. It's a bass. So it goes brown trout to largemouth. Okay, I could have sworn I saw a really nice trout following it in. Oh, no. Oh, I see the trout right there. All right, so I snapped off. I'm gonna have to retie, but I'm gonna have to go up there and get the swim bait. But in the meantime, let's take out the tackle box, see what we got going in here. I think I'm gonna throw the same thing because I can't throw anything with trebles in this creek. Absolutely, that's a no-no. But maybe I'll just put on, there we go, little jig head. All right, you guys ready for this? Somehow I took a bad cast. I think the wind, never mind, no excuses. All right, let's get another cast down here. I saw a big fish that's in here. I wonder if, oh my gosh, I got snagged on the same freaking thing. Yeah, so it is actually the wind. The wind just took my cast like 50 feet to the left. Oh, I just saw a monster rise. I just saw a giant trout rise up. No, did you see that? Did you see that strike? What? That was the biggest fish of the day. Hands down. I don't even know if the camera caught that. All right, so I want to at least give you guys a look at this fish. I'm gonna put the camera underwater. I definitely don't want to go, but that's gonna have to check me out. From the adventure today, exploring this super unique trout stream, definitely one of a kind fishery. I've never seen native brookies in water, even remotely like this. I hope you guys enjoyed following along for the fishing and got something out of the video. Until next time, keep on getting out there, keep on promoting the positivity of fishing, and keep on sending it no matter what, no matter where you are, even if you're fishing a spot that you wouldn't even think holds trout. I'll see you guys in the next one. Skye Life Out.